Yeah, how you doing, bud?
Good, good. How about you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Running like crazy.
I bet. Yeah, man, this shouldn't take too long. I just you know, when people really succeed, I like to hear some feedback, how things went, and then of course if there's anything we can improve on, I'd like to hear that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, man, that's it's I saw your text. It's funny. I'll just randomly have somebody on board, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I closed this many jobs." So that was great news. I think out of 22 leads, you closed six.
I actually think a little more than that. Let me think here. So I closed. I closed one on day one. The very first lead I got, I closed by the end of that day. So I closed. I'm on one, two, three, four, five, six. No, I've closed eight.
Wow, eight. And I know you mentioned you had some others on the fence too.
Yeah, I've got one that he texted me yesterday again. It said, "Hey, I'm going to call you here after the weekend so we can go over the details and finalize this." So, and it's been bid, estimated, everything. So he just wants to dial it in. He'll close, and then I have one that says he's going to call this weekend and pay the deposits, and so it'll end up at 10 at least.
Yeah, 10. Damn, that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, you don't have to give me an exact number, but like rough range, like do you know how much that is going to produce?
I'll tell you actually right now. So approved 7, 10. Seven's not yours. 30. I'll close. So actually, I'll end up closing 11. 64, 205, 223. About 200 and just over 200.
200? Nice. Awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
just yeah, that's wild. So out of 11, close 22. Um yeah, literally 50%. And not even yeah, that's just that's great stuff. I guess for because I always like to whether they want it or not, I always like to you know, give guys the best insights from like people who have like really done well. I guess like what was like the number one um, insight or really the game changer that you did that like allowed you to close at 50%.
Um, really, I didn't do anything different than I always have. It was just being able to get in front of quality leads.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. And, not, there wasn't a single one of these jobs that I had to sell myself short on or adjust a price or, undercut my own normal. I bid them where I want to bid them. And
Mhm.
none of them they're all good leads.
Sweet, sweet. That's great to hear, man. That's great to hear. And then any like feedback for me, anything I could do better or something that you want me to like retain, like, hey, keep doing that. Anything at all
The
negative.
the setup for every customer was really good. Like,
Mhm.
I'd call them, hey, my assistant Anna, like everything you guided me to do.
Yeah.
Um, it was set up perfectly, so it was seamless there. They're like, oh yeah, great. Um, the one thing was those couple times, and it was only in the last week or so, it seemed like they were like 5 and 6 days late. Like
Mhm.
I didn't get them for whatever loss in translation there was there. There was
Yeah.
the two that I got late.
Yeah.
And one of those ended up being a $50,000 kitchen that I got still. So,
Yeah. Okay.
um, uh, yeah, he was upset first time. He said, I'm just worried. You didn't call me back for 6 days, and are you going to dilly dally around with the work? And so it took a little extra work, but that was the only thing. Other than that, the leads were quality. The communication from you was great. The rest was
Yeah.
easy, super easy. The onboardings, I mean, everything was easy.
That's great, man. That's great to hear. I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, sorry about that hiccup. It was like a minor thing where those like 2 or 3 leads just got like lost in the inbox.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, I credit you for that. So yeah, appreciate the feedback, Jody. And yeah, I don't want to hold you too long because I'm sure you're very busy right now. So yeah, any last comments or?
No, I'm glad I went with you guys. I saw every other ad on my Facebook page was something like this, and I put it off, didn't call. Even a couple times I went online, made an appointment, didn't, you know, I was a skeptic for sure. And between no setup fees and all the things you guys did and the way it's handled, I would recommend anybody to do it for sure. I mean, and I'll be back. I'm not paused forever. I'm
Yeah,
just
you're
paused
good.
so I can take a breath.
Yeah, yeah, totally fine, man. Yeah, totally fine. It's I mean, at the end of the day, like that's the goal. Like the guy gets so busy that he has to pause it for 6 months to catch up. So
And I'm gonna add some crews now instead of prolonging the times. I'm just gonna try to add some crews and shorten my time up, and then build those crews out 6 months.
for sure. Yeah, yeah,
So
that's great to hear. Awesome, Jody. Well, appreciate your time, man. I appreciate you coming on board. This helps me out a lot. And of course, yeah, whenever you come back on board, I'll be sure to provide those credits. So yeah, man, I
yeah,
appreciate it again, and yeah, hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
perfect. I'm gonna guess 6, 7 weeks, and you'll be hearing back from me to get rolling again.
Okay, sweet. Sounds good, man. Sounds good.